Welcome to Escape.X channel, where we embark on a captivating journey through the annals of time to explore the rich tapestry of human history. From ancient civilization to modern revolution, our channel is dedicated to unraveling the intriguing events that have shaped the world we live in today. Today we delve into the glorious reign of England's Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I, born on September 7, 1533, was the last monarch of the Tudor dynasty and one of the most iconic rulers in English history. Her reign, which spanned from 1558 to 1603, is often referred to as the Elizabethan Era, a period marked by cultural, political, and economic flourishing. Elizabeth I, also known as the Virgin Queen, left an indelible mark on England, navigating the complexities of her time with remarkable astuteness and leaving a legacy that would shape the nation for centuries. Early childhood. Elizabeth's parents was a complex blend of political ambition and personal turmoil. Born on September 7, 1533, to King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, Elizabeth was the product of a union that forever altered the course of English history. The desire for a male heir and the subsequent annulment of Henry's marriage to Catherine of Aragon fueled the creation of the Church of England, with Anne Boleyn becoming its queen consort. However, the joy of Elizabeth's birth was short-lived, as her mother's execution on charges of treason, when Elizabeth was just 2 years old, cast a dark shadow over her formative years. The tumultuous circumstances surrounding Anne Boleyn's downfall left Elizabeth with a complicated legacy. Her royal bloodline, once a source of pride, became a potential threat to her safety and legitimacy. This early trauma likely influenced Elizabeth's later approach to marriage and her dedication to maintaining political stability. Despite the challenges and uncertainties of her early life, Elizabeth received an education befitting her royal status. Under the guidance of her stepmother, Catherine Parr, who herself was an advocate for women's education, Elizabeth's intellectual pursuits were nurtured. Catherine Parr, a widow who married Henry VIII, played a significant role in Elizabeth's upbringing and education, instilling in her a sense of resilience and intellectual curiosity. The renowned scholar Roger Ascham further shaped Elizabeth's mind during her formative years. Ascham, known for his work The Schoolmaster, was Elizabeth's tutor and had a profound impact on her education. He nurtured her linguistic abilities, exposing her to Latin, Greek, French, and Italian. Elizabeth's keen interest in literature, history, rhetoric, and theology began to blossom under Ascham's guidance, laying the foundation for the intellectual prowess that would define her reign. Catherine Parr, as Elizabeth's stepmother, provided emotional support and stability during a tumultuous time. Her influence extended beyond the realm of education, encompassing matters of courtly etiquette and the intricacies of royal politics. Catherine Parr's resilience, having survived multiple marriages, including one to Henry VIII, likely served as a model for Elizabeth, who would later navigate the intricate dynamics of courtly life and politics with similar tenacity. The relationships formed during Elizabeth's early years, both with her tutors and influential figures like Catherine Parr, played a crucial role in shaping her character. These formative experiences laid the groundwork for the astute and well-educated monarch, who would go on to lead England during the Elizabethan Era. In essence, Elizabeth's early life, marked by familial upheavals and the guidance of influential figures, forged a monarch with a formidable intellect, resilience, and a nuanced understanding of both personal and political challenges. The legacy of her early education and the influences she absorbed would become apparent as Elizabeth ascended to the throne and navigated the complexities of ruling a nation in a period of significant change. Accession to the throne. Elizabeth's ascension to the throne in 1558 marked a pivotal moment in English history. Her sister, Mary I, had passed away, ending a period of religious turmoil. and marking a transition from a Catholic monarch to a Protestant one. Elizabeth, who had spent much of her sister's reign under suspicion due to her Protestant beliefs, now found herself at the helm of a nation deeply divided along religious lines. During the reigns of Elizabeth's predecessors, especially her father Henry VIII and her sister Mary I, England experienced intense religious shifts. Henry VIII's break from the Catholic Church and the establishment of the Church of England had introduced Protestant elements, but Mary I's subsequent reign had swung the pendulum back toward Catholicism. The Protestant Reformation, fueled by theological and political debates, had left England grappling with questions of religious identity and authority. Elizabeth's approach to religion was marked by pragmatism and the keen understanding of the need for stability in the realm. Upon her accession, she faced pressure from both Protestant and Catholic factions, each seeking to influence the direction of the Church. Elizabeth's response was the Elizabethan religious settlement of 1559, a masterful stroke of diplomacy that sought to reconcile the opposing religious forces within England. The settlement established the Church of England as a moderate Protestant institution. It retained certain elements of Catholic liturgy, such as the use of the Book of Common Prayer, while also embracing Protestant doctrines. The intention was to create a religious compromise that would bring about unity and stability. Elizabeth's religious stance was, in essence, a middle ground, aimed at minimizing religious tensions and fostering a sense of national cohesion. Elizabeth's moderate approach to religion was not solely a political strategy, but also reflected her personal convictions. While she was Protestant, she did not embrace the extreme Protestantism of some of her contemporaries. Her religious moderation was a calculated move to prevent the alienation of Catholic subjects, while satisfying the Protestant majority. Elizabeth's ability to navigate the complexities of religious strife earned her the support of a broad spectrum of her subjects. Her reign saw the emergence of a relatively stable religious landscape, with the Church of England becoming a symbol of national identity. This moderation not only mitigated internal religious conflicts, but also allowed England to assert itself on the European stage without being drawn into the more extreme religious battles of the time. Elizabeth's religious settlement endured beyond her reign, shaping the religious character of England for generations to come. The Church of England, with its blend of Protestant and Catholic elements, became a lasting institution reflective of Elizabeth's pragmatic approach to governance. Her ability to navigate the religious challenges of her time laid the groundwork for the subsequent stability and religious tolerance that characterized England's evolving identity. Elizabeth's legacy in religious affairs is one of moderation, diplomacy, and a successful effort to reconcile the religious divisions that had plagued England for decades. Domestic policy and governance. Queen Elizabeth I's domestic policies were characterized by a shrewd commitment to stability and pragmatism, crucial qualities in a country grappling with religious tensions, economic challenges, and a delicate balance of power between the monarchy and parliament. Her ability to navigate these complexities solidified her reputation as a skilled political strategist. Elizabeth recognized the importance of maintaining a delicate equilibrium between the power of the monarchy and the interests of Parliament. She skillfully navigated the often turbulent waters of Tudor politics, understanding that a harmonious relationship between the Crown and Parliament was essential for the stability of the realm. Elizabeth's approach allowed her to secure crucial financial support from Parliament, while also preserving the prerogatives of the monarchy. One of the key examples of Elizabeth's political acumen was the Elizabethan religious settlement of 1559. Recognizing the religious divisions within England, Elizabeth sought to establish a religious compromise that would appease both Protestant and Catholic factions. The settlement created the Church of England, a moderate Protestant institution, with elements of Catholic liturgy, symbolizing Elizabeth's commitment to national unity. By adopting a middle ground in religious matters, Elizabeth deftly diffused tensions that had simmered for years. The settlement not only provided a stable religious foundation for the country, but also contributed to a sense of cohesion among the population. This pragmatic approach helped Elizabeth to consolidate her rule and avoid the religious conflicts that had plagued her predecessors. Elizabeth's reign is often referred to as the Elizabethan Era, a period of remarkable cultural flourishing. The arts and literature, in particular, experienced an unprecedented renaissance. Visionaries like William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe emerged during this time, contributing to what is now considered the golden age of English literature. Queen Elizabeth I herself was known for her patronage of the arts, supporting playwrights, poets, and musicians. The flourishing cultural scene at her court attracted some of the brightest minds of the era, creating an environment conducive to creativity and innovation. The construction of iconic theatres, like the Globe Theatre, further symbolized the vibrancy of the Elizabethan cultural landscape. Shakespeare's plays, Marlowe's poetic works, and the works of other literary luminaries not only entertained the masses, but also explored complex themes of power, love, and human nature. Elizabeth's support for the arts not only enriched the cultural fabric of England, but also helped to shape a distinctive national identity that would resonate for centuries. Beyond matters of religion and culture, Elizabeth implemented policies to address economic challenges and social stability. Her reign witnessed the emergence of a burgeoning middle class, with economic reforms contributing to increased prosperity. Elizabeth's focus on trade, particularly with the exploration and colonization of distant lands, played a role in shaping England's emergence as a global power. In essence, Elizabeth's domestic policies were a testament to her political savvy, as she successfully navigated the intricacies of governance, balanced competing interests, and fostered an environment that allowed for cultural and economic flourishing. Her legacy as a ruler who brought stability, prosperity, and cultural brilliance to England endures in the annals of history. The Elizabethan era remains a high watermark in English history, thanks in no small part to the deft leadership of Queen Elizabeth I. Foreign policy and the Spanish Armada. One of the pivotal moments in Queen Elizabeth I's reign occurred in 1588, when England faced the threat of the Spanish Armada. Tensions between England and Catholic Spain had been escalating for years, driven by religious, political, and economic rivalries. King Philip II of Spain, a fervent Catholic, sought to depose Elizabeth I and restore Catholicism in England, considering her rule illegitimate due to her Protestant faith. The late 16th century was a time of intense geopolitical and religious rivalries in Europe. Spain, under the rule of Philip II, was a dominant Catholic power, while England, under Elizabeth, had emerged as a Protestant stronghold. Conflicts over trade, territory, and religious differences fueled animosities between the two nations. The execution of Mary, Queen of Scots, a Catholic claimant to the English throne, added fuel to the fire, further straining relations between England and Spain. In 1588, Philip II devised an ambitious plan to invade England and overthrow Elizabeth. The Spanish Armada, a formidable fleet of warships, was assembled, with the intention of transporting a powerful army from Flanders to England. Philip sought to not only eliminate the Protestant threat posed by Elizabeth's reign, but also to curb English support for the Dutch revolt against Spanish rule. Elizabeth, despite facing a formidable adversary, displayed remarkable leadership during the crisis. Recognizing the imminent threat, she rallied her forces and delivered a famous speech at Tilbury, expressing her determination to defend England against the Spanish invasion. Her ability to inspire loyalty and resilience among her troops played a crucial role in England's preparedness for the impending conflict. The Spanish Armada set sail in 1588, but England's naval prowess, strategic planning, and adverse weather conditions turned the tide in its favor. The English fleet, commanded by experienced naval leaders like Sir Francis Drake, engaged the Spanish Armada in a series of skirmishes along the English Channel. The smaller, more maneuverable English ships, often referred to as the Sea Dogs, capitalized on their speed and agility to harry the larger, slower Spanish vessels. In a surprising turn of events, the Spanish Armada suffered significant losses due to a combination of naval engagements, stormy weather, and logistical challenges. The defeat dealt a severe blow to Philip II's ambitions and marked a turning point in European power dynamics. The successful repulsion of the Spanish Armada had profound implications for England and Europe. Elizabeth's leadership not only secured the realm, but also solidified England's reputation as a formidable naval power. The defeat of the Armada shattered the myth of Spanish invincibility and altered the balance of power in Europe, contributing to the decline of Spain as a dominant force. The Spanish Armada crisis is often viewed as a defining moment in Elizabethan England, symbolizing the resilience of a nation and the prowess of its naval forces. Elizabeth's strategic acumen, leadership, and the determination of her naval commanders played a pivotal role in shaping the course of history and cementing England's status as a rising maritime power in the late 16th century. Legacy. Queen Elizabeth I's reign is often celebrated for her political astuteness and shrewd leadership. Her ability to navigate the complex political landscape of her time, characterized by religious strife, power struggles, and external threats, set a standard for effective governance. Elizabeth demonstrated a knack for diplomacy, balancing the interests of different factions within England, and skillfully managing relationships with other European powers. Her pragmatic approach to domestic and foreign affairs contributed significantly to the stability and prosperity of the realm. Elizabeth's patronage of the arts and culture was a hallmark of her reign, earning her the epithet Gloriana. Her court became a center of intellectual and artistic endeavors, attracting some of the brightest minds of the era. Playwrights like William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe, poets like Edmund Spenser, and musicians thrived under her patronage. The flourishing cultural scene during the Elizabethan era gave rise to timeless works of literature, music, and drama, leaving an enduring legacy that continues to shape Western culture. The Elizabethan era is often referred to as a golden age in English history. During Elizabeth's reign, England experienced economic growth, expansion of trade, and the emergence of a flourishing middle class. The defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 not only secured England's maritime dominance, but also contributed to its emergence as a global power. This period witnessed innovations in exploration, trade, and the arts, laying the foundation for the growth of the British Empire in the centuries that followed. The Elizabethan era is synonymous with cultural brilliance. The thriving literary scene produced some of the most enduring works of English literature. William Shakespeare, considered one of the greatest playwrights in history, wrote many of his plays during this time. The works of Marlowe, Spenser's epic poem The Faerie Queene, and the literary achievements of other contemporaries contributed to the richness of Elizabethan literature. The era also saw advancements in music, with the flourishing of madrigals and the popularity of courtly masques. Elizabeth's impact extended beyond the confines of her own reign. The Tudor era, including Elizabeth's rule, is often seen as a pivotal period in shaping the modern British state. Her policies, especially in matters of religion and governance, laid the groundwork for the constitutional monarchy that would develop in the following centuries. The political stability achieved under Elizabeth provided a foundation for the subsequent Stuart dynasty. Even as the challenges of religious conflict persisted, Queen Elizabeth I's legacy endures, not only in historical narratives, but also in the cultural identity of England and the broader English-speaking world. The term Elizabethan is synonymous with a flourishing of intellect, artistic expression, and national pride. Her reign is remembered as a time when England rose to prominence on the global stage, leaving an indelible mark on the trajectory of world history. In conclusion, Queen Elizabeth I's reign stands as a testament to her political acumen, cultural patronage, and ability to navigate through challenging times. The Elizabethan era is rightfully remembered as a period of prosperity, innovation, and cultural brilliance, shaping the course of English and world history. Elizabeth's legacy, encapsulated in the epithet Gloriana, continues to be celebrated as a defining chapter in the rich tapestry of human civilization. Queen Elizabeth I's life was marked by remarkable resilience, beginning with the tumultuous circumstances surrounding her birth and the execution of her mother, Anne Boleyn. Despite being declared illegitimate during her sister Mary's reign, Elizabeth navigated the political complexities of the Tudor court with resilience and grace. Her ability to rise above personal and political challenges showcased a tenacity that would define her reign. Elizabeth's reign was characterized by her exceptional intelligence and diplomatic finesse. In a period when religious conflicts threatened to tear England apart, Elizabeth demonstrated a keen understanding of the nuances of diplomacy. The Elizabethan religious settlement, which established the Church of England as a moderate Protestant institution, showcased her ability to strike a delicate balance between opposing religious factions. Her political acumen allowed England to emerge from the religious turmoil of previous reigns with a degree of stability that would endure 4 generations. On the international stage, Elizabeth's diplomatic skill was evident in her management of relations with other European powers. Despite constant threats, particularly from Catholic Spain, she maintained a cautious foreign policy, avoiding unnecessary conflicts and prioritizing the security of England. Her decision-making during the Spanish Armada crisis in 1588 exemplified her strategic brilliance, as she successfully defended England against a formidable adversary. Elizabeth's reign was marked by a series of external threats, yet her leadership and commitment to the defense of England were unwavering. The Spanish Armada, Philip II's attempt to overthrow her and restore Catholicism, stands as a testament to Elizabeth's resilience and strategic prowess. Her unwavering support for her naval commanders, such as Sir Francis Drake, played a crucial role in the successful defense against the Armada, securing England's status as a formidable naval power and strengthening its position in European geopolitics. Beyond her political and military achievements, Elizabeth's reign is celebrated for fostering a thriving cultural environment. Her patronage of the arts and literature during the Elizabethan era contributed to a renaissance of creativity and innovation. Playwrights like William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe flourished under her support, producing timeless works that continue to shape the world of literature. Elizabeth's court became a hub of intellectual activity, attracting scholars, poets, and musicians. The flourishing cultural scene not only brought prestige to the Tudor court, but also contributed to the broader cultural identity of England. The Elizabethan era is remembered as a period of artistic brilliance and cultural vibrancy, thanks in large part to Elizabeth's patronage and encouragement of the arts. The Elizabethan era remains a testament to Elizabeth's enduring influence on the course of England's history. Her reign set the stage for the stability and prosperity that would follow, laying the foundation for the subsequent Stuart dynasty. The constitutional principles and political stability achieved under her rule contributed to the evolution of the modern British state. Elizabeth's contribution to the arts, culture, and politics of her time left an indelible mark on the national identity of England. Her legacy is not confined to the pages of history, but lives on in the cultural richness, political institutions, and diplomatic traditions of the nation she ruled with such resilience, intelligence, and diplomatic skill. Queen Elizabeth I's life and reign, intricately woven into the fabric of England's history, continue to inspire admiration and study, solidifying her place as one of the most iconic